So today I'd like to go over some of the tools that we use for wilderness survival and bushcraft. So one of the first knives I want to go over today is the Mora Garberg. This is a great knife, carbon steel, has a Scandinavian grind, and a full tang handle. I highly recommend the full tang handles for anything in the bushcraft world or survival world. They're stronger, more robust. This particular knife has a great 90-degree spine for throwing sparks with a ferro rod, or using to make tinder for firecraft. Another benefit of the carbon steel, as long as it doesn't have a coating on it, you can use a piece of flint or chert or any type of rock that will throw a spark. You can use it to shoot sparks into a tinder bundle with a piece of char cloth in there or charred material to get a spark, blow it into a bird's nest. We will be going over that in a later video. But I've used Moras for years, never really had a problem with them, never had an issue, easy to sharpen in the field, and just all around great knives. So the next knife in the lineup is the SE4. It's been a great knife. I've used it now for over a year. Again, full tang construction. This has a solid coating on it. If there's anything that I didn't like about this knife, it would just be that. The coating that's on it, it's great for rust prevention, but not having a 90-degree spine, I couldn't throw sparks with a ferro rod very well at the end of this. Now, you could use the blade side if you wanted to touch up your cutting edge, but not having a 90-degree spine, I didn't care for that much. That was a simple fix. Just filed a 90-degree spine into the back of it and got rid of some of the coating. But other than that, this has been my go-to knife lately for probably the past year. Great handles, good grip. I like the blade length. It's definitely a strong enough knife for batoning or any other woodcraft that you need to do. So the next knife is another Mora. This is Mora's Bushcraft Black. It comes with kind of a pretty cool little sheath. It has a little diamond knife sharpener on the side, and it came factory with a ferro rod. This knife is a lot like the Garberg. Got a good 90-degree spine. There is a little bit of coating on it, but not near like what the SE4 was. The only downfall that I've had of this knife is it does not have a full tang. The tang stops about right here in this handle. With that being said, I have batoned dozens and dozens and dozens of times with this knife. No issues, not coming loose. Again, I've never had a problem with a Mora knife. Scandinavian grind, same thing as the Garberg, great to sharpen in the field. This one has a really rubberized, textured handle. Super great. There's a few of us that use these for search and rescue that are on my team, and they've never failed. They've always just continued to work and work and work. So I highly, highly recommend anything from Mora and anything from SE. These two knife brands have been great. Used them for many years, and they just keep on going. So the next one up is kind of a specialty knife. This isn't something that I would carry with me every day, but if I was going on a camping trip or a multiple day event where there'd be a lot of woodcraft, a lot of wood prepping for fires, I would bring this. And this is a Condor heavy-duty kukri. I don't have the time into this that I do with the rest of my survival knives, but I will say I have used this to process quite a bit of firewood. Cool thing about it is the back side of this is also a 90-degree spine. So if you need to shave firewood again, like we were talking about with the Garberg, or use it to strike a ferro rod, you can. It's just a way bigger, heavier knife. No real issues with it, no real problems with it. It's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. For its place, processing firewood, like I said, works great. You know, your finer carving, you can get down here into the belly of the blade here a little bit, and and it'll do the job. It just might not do it as well as some of these or an axe. But for a quick one tool thing, I highly recommend the Condor Kukri. It's been great. But as we transition down the line, we're going to get into what I EDC, everyday carry. I keep it pretty simple with just a regular pocket knife. This is the Victorinox Swiss Army Huntsman. It's got a great main blade on it. I've used this for years. It's just a pocket knife, nothing too special. The one thing that I do love the most about it is it has a great saw on it. Saw cuts through wood like butter. This is also 90-degree for striking ferro rods. Again, anything you need to do with a 90-degree spine, this can do it on a minor level. As in bushcraft, camping, overnighters, it's a great little knife for food prep. It has a great pair of scissors on it, and what I found works really great for these is camp hygiene, right? Trimming fingernails, things like that sort. Every tool you need, nothing you really don't. It's just the miniature version of everything that's on this table. So this is what I choose to carry in the woods, or my EDC is just a simple Swiss Army knife. Knife, saw, and those scissors that came in very handy. So moving out of the knives, we're going to get into more of saws. You've seen this in my first video. This is the Baco Laplander. Probably my favorite saw out of all the hand saws, bushcraft saws out there. Been great. You can cut and cut and cut. I've bent a few of these blades. I've never broke one. And what's cool about the Bacos is the temper in them, you can just grab them, pin them down, and bend them back and keep sawing. Probably doesn't cut wood as fast as other brands, but for a robust tool that will just keep going and going and going, I highly recommend the Baco Laplanders. Good blade length, very sharp, and like I said, never broken a blade. Just bend it back. Kind of got a rubberized textured handle in it, and it folds up less than 12 inches. So easy to put in a pack, side pocket, wherever you need to carry it, it can be there. The other brand of saws that I do like is the Silky line. This one is the Silky Pocket Boy, and this goes inside a different pack, kind of an EDC pack that I use, and it is also a great saw. The temper in it's a little bit harder. I have broken a few of these. Most of that was doing things that were my fault, not necessarily the saw's fault. Trying to cut stuff that was too big, too green, whatever the case may be. Whenever I've broke one, it's been something that I have done. These are great. I think they cut a little bit faster than the Baco Laplanders. They're a little bit more money, but you also get a great 90-degree spine on here for throwing sparks with a ferro rod. Again, prepping firewood tinder, whatever the case may be. They come in multiple different sizes, all the way up to the katana, or I forget it off the top of my head, but great big wood processing saws, all the way down to one that'll fit in your pocket. So out of the two saws, I choose Baco and Silky. They've been really good to me over the years. They've worked great. This also has a very rubberized handle in it for grip and wet conditions. They're both great saws. You can't go wrong with either one of them. So a great pair to the Silky would be the Granfors Brooks Wildlife Hatchet. Great little axe, great little hatchet, razor sharp, shaving sharp. They have a great head on them. I love Granfors Brooks products. The angle on the blade is great for maintaining, sharpening in the field. It's got a great hickory handle in it. They're just handy. The sheath itself hooks great to a belt. If you're putting together a small kit, these two paired together work excellent. You can get a lot of work done with this, not so much felling, but firewood prep, small logs, small sticks, things of that nature. Granford Brooks Wildlife Hatchet is an awesome tool in the woods. So the big brother to the Wildlife Hatchet would be the Granford Brooks Small Forest Axe. This is probably the favorite axe that I own. The length on it is perfect to fit in a backpack. It's not hanging up, catching in the brush. Again, same sheath design, great for hooking to a belt. The axe head is a little bit bigger, but the same design, the same everything as the Wildlife Hatchet. Just a little bit longer. You can take on bigger projects with this. You can get into small felling. You can split wood, split kindling, use it to pound wooden tent stakes. I don't recommend pounding metal tent stakes with your axe, but wooden tent stakes, this works great. Easy to sharpen in the field. Again, just like the hatchet, you just get a little bit more swing on this. Awesome tool. Probably my favorite axes on the market right now. So lastly, let's talk about what I carry in the field to take care of these tools. This is just a Lansky puck, coarse on one side, fine on the other. It's great for touch-ups, great for big repairs. I soak these in water. Any of the ones that I take to the woods with me to use sharpen tools, they don't get oil, diesel, kerosene, any of that. I strictly leave it to water, and they are strictly for my pack when I go to the woods. There's debate whether water is better than oil. I'm not going to get into that debate, but the ones that I carry in my pack are strictly for water. These are great, fit in the palm of the hand, awesome. You can set them on a stump, use it to sharpen knives, use it to sharpen axes. They're perfect. Also, I carry a smaller stone. This, I believe, is made by Smith's. It's just a little bit finer, not as coarse as the fine side on the Lansky puck. Again, this is just for the hone up and touch up. Once you've gotten the nicks, dings, anything going on there, get it out with this. Do your honing with this. Keep it good and sharp. Again, you can set this down, use it to sharpen any of your knives here on this table. Works great. Only thing I don't have up here at the moment is a leather belt. I use a leather belt to stroke with once I've hit it with the Smith sharpener. So these are some of the tools that I use. Again, a good full tang knife with a 90-degree spine, a good saw, which either brand you pick, it'll work great for you, and a good axe. You can get a lot done in the woods, in the wilderness with these simple tools. So thank you guys. If you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.